I'm Gav from CVG, and I'm joined by Editor-in-Chief of Official Xbox Magazine, John Hicks, and we have just played Forza Horizon 2.
We have, which is excellent. I was a huge fan of Forza. For the original Forza Horizon, like the kind of numbered Forza games, they're really good simulations, but they're kind of quite sterile. They're very they're all about kind of like really shiny cars for you to look at. Forza Horizon was all about like the soundtrack and power sliding and style points and all that kind of stuff. So I was a huge fan of it. Really glad it's come back. Same developer, it's Playground Games, UK studio. And it's kind of bigger, like in every conceivable respect. So it's new festival. It's kind of south of France kind of area. Much bigger open world because it's all on Xbox One. Or rather, the main version of Xbox One. I think they're doing a version for 360 as well, which I haven't really talked about. But they kind of got Rob the Bank back in to do the soundtrack, so it's got another massive soundtrack. The soundtrack in the original game is awesome. Yeah. And they've got like new signature car, which is like Lamborghini something or other, something unpronounceable, cost a million.
Something red,
quid.
Probably.
It's yellow, actually. Point of order. It looks really cool. They kind of opened the world up a bit, so it's not just about being on the road now. You can kind of hoon it through the fields and all that kind of stuff. There's just more stuff to find, more stuff to do. Looks amazing. Weather systems. Yeah,
the bit in the field actually looked quite mental because you sort of go a little tiny bit off road with it.
Yeah, well, they said when I was talking to Ralph Fulton, who's the studio head, and he was saying that was just kind of drawn out, just came out of the prototype things. They kind of put it in, and the game testers like worked out that you could actually, because it's proper open world, you can just drive in a straight like as the crow flies. He said like all the testers were just like hooning it in these Ferraris just through all these fields and hay bales going everywhere. And so it turns out it's really good. So we just stuck it in as a game mode now. So
I was talking to Ralph as well, and he said about the soundtrack that it's like double the size almost. And that was a thing that they dropped from Forza 5 or Forza 4, which is the Xbox One one.
Forza 5.
Forza 5, because when I hear that they drop like licensed tracks for this sort of like really posh sort of responsive soundtrack thing. It was good, but I don't know, when you're like hammering it down like a highway, I don't care about some music that some dude in a studio has written. I want to hear something that I recognise. I want to hear some Rihanna.
But it is. They're really good at the soundtrack. Well, the first game. Hopefully, this will continue to prove in the series. But actually, the first game, like this, introduced me to loads of music that now is like it's now on my playlist and everything like that. So really looking forward to kind of seeing some more of that. And and it's quite interesting because they've got they're still using the driver stuff. So that came in from introduced Forza 5, so it's kind of cloud-powered opponents that kind of learn. And so they've got those, and Ralph was saying that basically they kind of had all that on the server, so they kind of like put the game together, put the driver tars in there. And it sounds a little bit Skynet. Like driver tars as a concept sound a bit dangerous anyway.
It is weird,
but this one, he was saying that because it's open world, you'll see all these driver tars just like tooling around the world. Like you won't just go past them on the road, you'll just see them like tearing through a field somewhere. He said if you follow them, because
that's awesome.
So then there's something like in Forza Horizon that was really cool because I'm a car nut. You can do barn finds, which is this kind of like very like Car Mag's very big on it. It's basically like you'll just find some priceless automobile somebody's just dumped in a shed somewhere and forgotten about, and you can find it and you can unlock it. And he said, so actually you can see these driver tars going around, and then you can actually follow them, and then you'll discover barn finds that they found previously.
Serious?
And it's
that is Skynet.
Yeah, and it's a bit weird, and it's not quite as scary as I thought it was because that's somebody who's played it and done it already. So they're not autonomous, but. It's also.
You won't see them like having their dinner and stuff. When
I hope not. Like I'm just going to see. Because he's like, well, I got this kind of mental image of this like swarm of Subarus roaming across the tundra, but apparently it's not quite like that. But it does sound really cool.
The first game for me, like I'm not a huge racing game fan at all, and it was sort of Forza Horizon. It's not an easy game, but it's sort of a racing game for people who aren't good at racing games.
And I think that's why I liked it because it's much closer to something like Project Gotham on 360 and Xbox. It's you kind of get. Actually, if you can like cock up a corner, but just kind of get a power slide and take out a load of fence posts and recover, you actually get like rewards for that. Like it's better to kind of drive stylishly and you get some points and that kind of stuff. And that's just kind of tooling around the world, and it's all about. There's a lot of social features in this. It's all about kind of road trips with your mates and all that kind of stuff. So it should be, and it should be like a really cool place to kind of like just kind of noodle around and explore. And like kind of car clubs sound really cool. So it's all about kind of recognising the kind of cars you like to drive and where you are. So you can see, there's like a gathering of people with sort of similar tastes in cars. So it's like you can take your car to like a show and like this kind of in-game show and kind of show off the kind of paint job you've done, the customization, look at other people's paint jobs and kind of go, oh, if you copy and they get rewarded for it and all that kind of stuff. So it sounds really, really smart, like kind of proper kind of scaled up.
That sounds really smart. I 100% will never do that.
I bet you will, because you'll just put something really filthy on the bonnet of your Nissan, and then you just go kind of roll up and go, hey.
Yeah, I'll probably be in that car club for about 10 minutes before they just go, get this
and then before you get banned from Xbox Live, because look at the customization stuff that you can do in Forza. There's some quite odd decals in there. Like I think there's a bit of a community moderation section of Forza that I don't really talk about. It's kind of like things that we'd rather not you didn't put on your car. Thanks.
Yeah.
So that looks to look forward to.